Hey, this is Ask Fred 64 bringing you another viewer email. This one, I have to read, is from Stuart. And Stuart says, "Hey Fred, in a past episode you mentioned that you've been driving motorcycles all your life. I'm thinking about getting a motorcycle myself and wondered if you had any advice or tips that you'd share with me." Hell yeah, Stuart. What's mine is yours, my brother. First thing we're going to do, though, is if you're going to get a motorcycle, Stuart, I don't know. It's a great name, don't get me wrong. For motorcycles, I think we're going to call you Spider. All right? So from now on, Spider, let's talk. All right, Spider, listen. I want to answer your question, but you left out some information that is relevant to the answers to my questions. So, first of all, I don't know how old you are. Second of all, I don't know how long you've been driving a car on the road. And I don't know if you've ever ridden a motorcycle. Now, that's the other thing, too. You don't drive a motorcycle, you ride a motorcycle. Think of it as a horse, okay? You don't drive a horse around, right? You're kind of an urban cowboy. Now, driving on the road, if you haven't been driving more than 5 years, so 5 years plus, in a car, I wouldn't recommend getting a motorcycle just yet. The natural progression for most guys who ride motorcycles is you start off as a little kid on a mini bike, then you go to a dirt bike, and then you go to the street. And if you didn't do that progression, be very careful. So, why should you be driving for 5 years or better? Because there's so many scenarios and situations that you can't possibly explain to someone that you need to experience in a car that's surrounded by, steel. Okay? If you get rear-ended or sideswiped or bumped in a car, it's really not that big a deal. It's a police report, it's sending your car to the body shop, boom, couple grand, you got your car back. On a motorcycle, that could be a trip to the hospital or the morgue. Okay, my other question is, where do you live? Do you live in the country or do you live in the city? If it's your first bike and you live in the city, don't even bother, bro, because you're gonna go to the morgue. You don't want to learn how to ride a motorcycle for your first time in the city. So that comes into play. I myself, Spider, started in that progression. 8 years old, I had a mini bike and then a little tiny dirt bike and then a regular dirt bike where I raced. I raced for a number of years. Then I went to a street bike. And before I went to a street bike, I sought the advice of my uncle who had been riding for years. And he told me one thing that sticks with me today. Anticipate every driver out there doing the dumbest thing possible. So you say, what is that? Someone's coming to make a left in front of you and they're in a parking lot and you see them and you know they see you. Expect them to pull out in front of you, because 9 out of 10 times when you hear a motorcyclist talk about his accident, he'll say, that guy pulled out in front of me like I wasn't even there. Well, he didn't see you. So it was the stupidest thing that he could possibly do, is pull out in front of you, and he did it. And on that same subject, I have a motto: I drive like I'm invisible. Not invincible, of course, invisible. And what that means is that people can't see you. That driver making the left, that's a very common accident with motorcycles. They can't see you or don't want to admit that you're there, or whatever their reasoning is. I can't read their mind, but they do it all the time. It's extremely common. So I pretend that I'm invisible and I have to navigate and protect myself. I don't rely on anybody else to obey the traffic laws and watch out for me. I watch out for me, and you should too. Big no-no, and I see so many people doing it. Even in cars, it's dangerous. Driving in someone's blind spot. You know where that spot is, Spider? That's right there or right there. They can't see you in the rear view mirror because you're not behind them. Sometimes they can't even see you on the side view mirror. A lot of times out of the passenger mirror, you're invisible. This side, if they're not paying attention, they'll miss you. And they cut over. And boom, again, if you're in a car, it's a side swipe. If you're on a motorcycle and they do that, you may not be going home that night or any night. No blind spot driving. No blind spot driving. I mean it. And no tailgating either. Listen, I know your bike and I know your Catlike reflexes, man. You can stop on a dime in 20 feet. So you're right on that other guy's ass that's in front of you. Let me tell you something. This is how it goes, Spider. That guy ahead of you, all right, he's a moron. He's going to do, right, the most unexpected, stupid thing possible. So you being that close, maybe you can stop and not hit his bumper, but that guy is a bigger moron than that guy, And he does not have cat-like reflexes like you do, Spider. So when that guy stops and now you stop, this dude is going to make a spider sandwich between him and that guy. And you don't want to be the meat in his sandwich. And this is a tough one too. Keep a 360-degree view. How do you do that? I don't fucking know. But you got 2 mirrors and your head swivels, okay? Watch everybody. Know what's 20 cars up, know what's 20 cars back, know who's on your right, know who's on your left, man. Because that's your only line of defense. You are the speck on the road. You're the ant and they're the feet. You don't want them to step on you. So you have to know this guy behind me is weaving in and out of traffic. Listen, man, he's an idiot. We all know that. Just get over, bro. Let him go. Don't be that idiot either, man, weaving out of traffic. That's just going to take you nowhere. Nowhere fast and nowhere good. Another thing with people behind you, when you're at a traffic light, I know a lot of people, I see this all the time. They're on a bike, they pull up to a light, they hang out, they put it in neutral, they start stretching. Hey, everybody look at me. Yo, I'm on a bike. My name's Spider. Check me out, man. Well, listen, this is what you do, bro. Keep it in first gear. Keep your hand on the clutch. Keep your hand on the gas. Because there's a guy or a kid or a girl or a boy texting or not paying attention. Maybe they're falling asleep. You are, again, are that ant, right? You're at a light. You're doing the right thing. You're obeying the law. This asshole, shoom, he's going to come up and he's going to rear end you. You want to be 360 swivel so you see him coming and ready to react at a moment's notice. Boom, pull over to the side or this way, whatever way you got to go, straight ahead. I don't care. Just don't get hit by oncoming traffic in that intersection, of course. But you want to get out of the way of that guy. Let's say he's drunk. You want to get out of the way of the drunk, okay? If you have to squeeze your clutch, put it in first, then go, dude, you're already dead. Keep it loaded, Spider. One more thing, if you do get the bike and you do pass your road test, keep everything legal, get insurance, all that stuff. Never drink and drive. I know it's cool, man. Guys, hey, let's go, guys, let's go. You go bar hopping, right? You go have a beer here, a beer at the next place, a beer at the next place, a couple of drinks. Then you got to go home. Listen, bro, you're already at a disadvantage being the ant on the road. You add alcohol to that equation, you're dead. You're dead. So no drinking and driving. You head on a 360. Expect everybody to do the unexpected. No blind spot driving, ever. And most of all, 5 years or plus driving experience in a car before you buy that motorcycle. So if you like this episode, hit that like button. And of course, subscribe. This way, every time I do another video, you can come and watch it. And if you hit this little bell right here, it gives you a push notification to your phone, to your tablet, to your computer, whatever you use, and it'll tell you when I launch the next video. This way, you can be the first, right? This way, when you go to your office, yo, did you see the new video? It's awesome. And of course, the email is right up there all the time. I need your ideas because I'm an idiot and I can't think of my own. So by all means, write it in. Thank you again, Spider. Hope you like your nicknames. Pretty cool, I think. So, yeah. Boom. Whoop.